Happy Halloween! I am dressed this year as the greatest quarterback of all time, and since you can't see the full jersey, that's Baker Mayfield. I'm sure some of you already knew that, but greatest quarterback of all time. Anyway, the weekend was kind of exciting. I was minding my own business at 10:30, 11 on Saturday when my dog Walter is out parking at the street, and I was like, well, I got to bring him in. But then I see that there's I see one vehicle. Then I see a fire truck, two fire trucks, an ambulance, two police cars, and I'm like, what's going on? So I walked outside, and sure enough, my neighbor Sherry May set herself on fire. She was cooking something at 10:30, and the neighbors next door smelled smoke, so they went over and said, "Hey, are you all right?" And yeah, she was cooking something, and she singed her hair and her eyebrows and all that. And when the other neighbor came by, because she sold smoke, she had like a wet washcloth and ice, and she was iced herself down. So but the irony is she's 82, so she was telling people don't call the fire truck, don't call the fire truck on me. Uh, but the irony is she's always calling the city on the neighbors for any little thing. So the irony is not lost on us that we had something legitimate to call the city on, and she's like, oh, don't call. So but we did anyway, and she was yelling and screaming at the firefighters, don't come into the house, and just general yelling. And they ended up leaving her. I think we actually saved her from getting taken away by Adult Protective Services, because they asked if she was normally like this. Yeah, yeah, she's kind of unpleasant. So they thought maybe something had happened with the fire, but anyway, so that was that. Then yesterday we had, which is Sunday, we had 83 kiddos come in through for trick or treating, and my house. I wish I could show you a picture. My house passes out full size cane bars. We don't mess around. And I have little ones for the moms and dads that come through. And don't tell his wife, but the vegan neighbor had an almond joy, um, which, yeah, I don't think it really mattered that much, but that's our little secret. So Halloween's over. Christmas decorations go up tomorrow tomorrow and Thursday because it's amazing weather. So I'll probably mow one last time to mulch up the leaves. Put my inflatables out, my Christmas lights, and everything else I got. I also had another wedding on Saturday. That was a lot of fun. And it was kind of everything that the wedding the previous weekend wasn't. So I took my plus one, and then she took me to her wedding. And it was small. Everything that went kind of was a little over the top, but the other one was done perfectly. The food was like okay at last weekend's wedding. This weekend was really actually quite good. It was at a restaurant that was smaller, probably about half the size. There weren't any kids. That was kind of unfortunate. It's kind of fun watching. At the last weekend's wedding, there was a kid that didn't like her dress, so she just ran around in her diaper all day. That was kind of funny. But anyway, but I can't complain. The other bad thing about the last one is this was we just all went to the dining area and we all sat down. There was like assigned seating and we couldn't find a spot for our little tabs weren't we didn't have an assigned seating, so we asked the wrong table that had two spots open, and then we ended up getting put at the kids table, which is what we should have done to begin with. So anyway, dinner seating was the bad thing. Anyway, moving right along to classroom stuff. We've got a quiz and discussion this week. This is kind of a light week, but you'll notice I posted in the announcements there is a speech competition. If you want to give your speeches face to face, or I guess traditionally, there's a speech competition at the Ankeny campus. I post all the information. It's next week on Tuesday through Thursday. You would give your speech once, and if you were one of the top 6, you would give your speech again on Thursday. I will be one of the judges, so I put the requirements on there and how to enter yourself. You just email the person running the competition. There's some different requirements from the one if you would just give your speech that you gave to us online, you would give it traditionally. if you want to do it. There's extra credit involved. I said you get 15 points of extra credit if you enter the competition. And there are prizes if you're selected for the top 6. So, anyway, Halloween, neighbor set herself on fire. Don't tell the vegan neighbor's wife that he had a milk product and speech competition. Make it a good week. Bye.